Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Tarot Time. I'm not sure about the sound. I have a new phone, and unfortunately, my microphone does not work with it. I have a new one on order. I should have it shortly, but I said, let me give it a whirl anyway. So, somebody who you were very much in love with, who probably deceived you in a way, wants to come back and work on it. Yep, that's it, pretty much. I figured I'd start at the end of the reading and work my way back. You know me, always trying something different. This is for torn up relationships that were, they really were not productive. We're all guilty of that, making something into nothing. We all long for that love relationship that's, fairy tale like. We're more in love with the idea of being in love than we are with the actual person. And the actual person sometimes can't even keep up with the fantasy that we've all created in our head. Women are notorious for it, unfortunately. You think we learn, wouldn't you? But anyway, excuse me. All right, happy Sunday. Welcome to Coffee and Tarot Time. I am the Queen of Wands, if you don't know. If you don't care, keep scrolling. You have till later on tonight Eastern Standard Time to sign up at thetowerbridge.com. There's a cutoff on the email list. If you sign up, you get a free weekly. I'll tag the little video that goes with this. Astrological tarot prediction for each sign. We're taking it back to the 70s when you used to go in the newspaper and used to read what is coming for the week. So we are offering that at thetowerbridge.com. And then once you sign up, you will have coupons available to you, little notices about all our readers. We have amazing readers there. I got to tell you, my go-to always seems to be Bridget, Tarabithia, and Mary Moon. Yes, this queen seeks out readings all the time. You might want to give them a little bit of a try. I think you would enjoy them. What I pride myself on with the tarot bridges and all my readers, because I handpick each reader, I'm a firm believer in, and I've always been this way, that a reading should not just tell you a prediction. I mean, I do it here because it's collective and it's quick. But in the interim of this, I like to know that I am helping you grow. I read for a lot of people continuously, and then I know they're kind of in a different place, and I will, touch base with them. We run into each other, maybe Facebook or something like that, some sort of social media, and I'm happy they don't need me. That's my goal, is to know that the cards have worked in a way that has given them insight and some growth. We don't want to keep you in the same place. Believe it or not, we don't. I hate to say it, but you know what? There'll always be someone who'll take your place. So we really don't want to. That's my philosophy. That's this queen's philosophy. I don't want to keep you in the same place. I want you to grow. I read for a lot of girls, younger women who are looking, to get married, have kids and stuff. And I always say to them, if I get a prediction, which I do, that they're going to meet someone and that's going to be it. I said, you won't need me in a year. You won't. And in a couple of years, when you're very content, married with kids and stuff, you'll think back on me fondly. Well, I hope you will. So the goal at the Tower Bridge, too, when I was creating it, that was one of my goals, is to empower women, or anybody. It doesn't have to always be women. That just seems to be, the majority of the people that come to us. But empower anybody. If my tarot card readers and my readings don't help you on your path in life, then I need to give it up. So this is what I hope when I do it. I mean, some of it is just for entertainment. Let's be honest. It's a collective. How could you possibly read for everybody? So remember, I'm going to put it down here, attach the videos, sign up at thetarotbridge.com and check it out. Bridges, Tarabithia, and Mary Moon. Those are my go-to girls. I've gone to everyone actually, but those are my two right now I think they're like my lead readers, I guess you would say, my seasoned ones. Everybody connects with readers in different ways. Believe it or not, there's some people who love me, and then there's some people who don't. I know it's hard to believe. All right, moving forward. So you were in a relationship, and I feel this relationship was mutual. I do. I was as surprised you guys broke up as you were. I feel for whoever's watching this, I think it was really mutual. I think the feelings were there. There was like a lot of stuff that was there, there was chemistry, but there was also intellectual compatibility. The one thing about the Two of Cups is it shows that, people meet on all different levels, relationships that are just based on chemistry, believe it or not, they fizzle after a while. They really do, but you want something that's going to keep you there and stimulate you in other ways. There has to be other forms of stimulation. You have to be able to have an intelligent conversation, and that's the trick in life, is to kind of get everything, like everything that clicks, so to speak. But I feel this person kind of stole your heart. I feel like they came in out of the blue and they really, stole your heart. And you could have thought that this was the one, although I've had conversations with women of this. They come to me for a reading. They're like, I think he's the one. The one for what? You've known him 3 months. Do you always marry strangers? Do you always move in with strangers? Because that's what they are. But I think this person stole your heart. And I also believe that, they led you to believe that there was going to be something more. They were putting you in that direction, and people can, say things and mislead us. They do that, they do. And you trusted this person. But I think sometimes things went a little bit, kind of crazy, and you found yourself walking on eggshells. And not only did you find yourself walking on eggshells, but you found yourself like being a different person. You found yourself where you were making excuses for their bad behavior, and you maybe were covering it up, and you were accepting less. So you were walking on eggshells, and it was continuously coming. Because if you look at the Nine of Wands, it shows that, it's a lot of different obstacles coming your way. And I think it got to the point where this person maybe just picked up and left, ghosted you, whatever, chose a different path, and you were left there going, wait, what? What's going on here? And you were heartbroken, which, because when we started the Two of Cups and, we have all this commotion afterwards, there's no place to go but down, unfortunately. So I kind of feel like, and I drew these two cards. These are from my, hold on there, Peeps Tarot of Love. I kind of like this deck. It's a little funky. I've had it. I ordered it when I owned my store 20 years ago. And I remember saying, wait, I'm going to take one. I took one off the shelf and put it in my purse. I said, I'm taking that one home. So I feel like what motivates this person is money, I feel like that's definitely a huge motivation for this person. And whether they went to another relationship where they felt the other person was maybe financially stable or had, something in there for them, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like this person's first love is money. And it's funny because I feel like they're realizing, like I said in the beginning, that it takes a lot to make a relationship productive. It definitely takes a lot to make it productive, and you can't just have one thing. You have to have numerous things that kind of work in tandem with each other when you're building a relationship. And you can't change somebody. You know what I'm saying? So all you girls out there going, but you know what? He'll be different for me. Yeah, not so much. You can't really change people. So I think the only person you can really change is yourself. Now, you're saying, Queen, where's this reading going to? And you know what? I think that's where it's going. I think there is going to be some sort of reuniting. But it's funny, you're now the Empress. And you're like, I don't know. I got to really give it some thought. So I do think you are going to have this incident repeat itself. Okay, same person, same story. You know, we always do the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Until we learn. It's the same movie, we just cast different players. That's all it is. And this time here, excuse me, the same player is coming back and you've upped your game. Now you're the Empress, because don't forget the Empress involves all the queens. So I think when it comes back, this situation, this person, I think you're going to handle it differently. And you know, it's funny because you might be sitting there going, no, no, oh my God, I wish he comes back or she comes back. And I would welcome them with open arms and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, they come back and they start with you. And you're like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think I'm above and beyond all this. So I think it's in you. I think the growth is in you. And I do believe that when it comes back around, you will not have the weakness. Is that what it is? The weakness for this person, but you will have the strength for yourself. And I like that. And that's what I hope sometimes my readings do. They help you, push you in the right direction, and they help you grow. Okay. And I tell you, what has made me a really good tarot card reader is the experiences I have. So when I read for you and tell you things, I've walked down that path. So I already know. I've been there and done it. And I got t-shirts. I got jewelry. I got every posters. I got it all. So I think for today's reading is you're not giving yourself enough of credit, and you've grown more than you thought you have, and you will not find out until this person shows up again. And you're going to be surprised at your own actions. Maybe I'll name the video that, if I remember. It's a long time between making a video, uploading it, and labeling it. I could write it down though, couldn't I? Yeah, but why do I want to do that? So remember, get into thetarorbridge.com, sign up, because it has an automatic upload of the email addresses, and you have to get in by a certain time to get in by tomorrow morning's email. Capiche? I mean, do you really? Then, oh my God, funniest story. So we're running on a shoestring with the Tarot Bridge, and that's another long story. I'll be getting into that with story time. And at the moment, I am support. So I read for a lot of people, and I've become friendly with all of them. I mean, it's just, they text me, you know, once in a while I'll text them. It's just funny. And this one girl who, I don't know, she's like my little sister. If I had a little sister, she would be my little sister. And, although I'm probably old enough to be her mother, but anyway, she was having a hard time with her email. And she said, text me, she goes, I'm just going to reach out to support. And I called her up and I said, I am support. Wait, let me change my hat. Like I told the Apple developer, I said to him, the chances of you sitting in front of the founder and the owner of any of these psychic networks is few and far between. You'll never do it. I am the owner. So that's why I feel I put such a personal touch on it. But I thought that was pretty funny, though. All right, everyone. This is Coffee and Tarot time. I am the Queen of Wands. Today is Sunday, and everybody have a great day.